Every once in a while, Lexus surprises me. Don't get me wrong, I love all Lexus vehicles pretty much, but some of them are way better than I could have planned. Here's a car, the ES500E, that I saw from a mile away. I read everything about it online, I saw the pictures, I saw the release, and I'm here to tell you, it is way better in person for looks, styling, interior, and the way it drives than I could have planned. And I'll show you why in this video. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines. If you like this video, and if you like Lexus vehicles, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Okay, so let's start with the styling, which is the elephant in the room. The ES, and by the way, I think black is probably the color for this. And this is like a lower package one too, by the way. I think black is the way to go. A few things that I didn't realize online. The hood, it's almost like a lightning bolt. Yo, shout out to Lexus for this Easter egg of a lightning bolt sort of, jagged edge here. It's a decent size hood. It really slopes down. We have the newest Lexus emblem, which keeps tweaking a little bit with some of these cars. You know what, guys? It is plastic. It's got like a plastic finish to it, but it's really flush. Obviously, we're gonna have to put a front plate on this at some point, but for now, it's this big Tesla Cybertruck style front. I used to call it a grill. It's not a grill anymore. That's just the bumper. Down here, we do have some cooling ducts and a little bit of that F-Sport like fading into the rest of the EV. Obviously, some big sensors here. We got a tow hook cover. We got some parking sensors. We have daytime running lights. Ready for this? New sound. We love a new sound. And I could tell Lexus put some thought into that because it's just so peaceful. And by the way, that's a theme in this car, peaceful. We have a new daytime running light that wraps around more of the body than previous generations. We have a signal underneath that again has that Lexus motif underneath, and that is really, really sharp. Not much detail to look at in that housing because guess what? That's not, oops. The headlight is down here, and I'm going to be very upfront. I don't know if I like it when car manufacturers do that, when they separate the signal and the headlight or try to hide the headlight in the grille somewhere, because then like when you see the car driving, you're gonna see that it's a headlight. So that's gonna grow on me a little bit, I'm sure, but for right now, it is separate. Some of these packages have the washers, the headlight washers, which you can see is just integrated down there. Now here's something that surprised me. I'm gonna open the hood. I didn't get a chance to look at this until today because I only saw this car at the auto show. Are you ready? What is it under here? Guess in the if this was a live stream, I'd be like, let me know in the comments. Ta-da! It is a big blockade. This is so Lexus because if you ever looked under the hood of a Lexus gas car, you will see a lot of covering. And now with an EV, we also see a lot of covering, which is funny because the RZ isn't like that. But under here, we do have, since it's an all-wheel drive car, and by the way, this texture is pretty nice. That's almost got some structure to it. This is an all-wheel drive car. So up here, under one of these panels, we can pop open. We can see sort of a teaser of some mechanical mastery in there. We do have a car battery that runs the electronics. Under there, it looks like that is the part of the EV unit. We got some fuses, we got some fluids. That's pretty much all. It's not a frunk because we have actual mechanical stuff in there, like a motor. And there's probably a battery under there too, but I won't know until I actually put this car up on a hoist, which I will do in a later video, that's for sure. Let's talk about the side profile, and it is huge, Buffalo. Look how tall this car is. I had it parked beside an NX earlier, and the new ES looks bigger than the NX by like a decent margin. This roof is just huge, and by the way, that's totally okay. Let's bring back the large sedans. It's almost like the ES is no longer our midsize because the LS is gone. This is our full size now. Kind of, if you agree, I don't know. So we have some new styling. Let's start with the wheels. So the wheels are smaller in this package. These are 19s with a plastic cover. There's like a steel 5-spoke under there somewhere. A new Lexus logo right smack dab in the middle. It's like a little small one. Actually decent size sidewall. If you look at the size of these puppies, these are a 235/55 19. So really nice cushion there, I'm sure. No F-Sport logo or anything, so we don't have an F-Sport in this yet. This bit here was probably the most controversial part of this car in my opinion. When I first saw that online, when they announced it, I was like, ugh, this just looks so like, I don't know, like futuristic, like cyberpunky, like what's going on here? In person, in black, it's not nearly as cheap as I thought it was gonna look. There's a nice edge here. Depending on the angle, it gives some, I don't want to say dimension, I use the word dimension too much, some decoration to the side. I would have been okay without it, let's be honest. Having just the door panel, I would have been totally fine with that. But since it's so big, it's okay that breaks it up a little bit. This is a new style mirror too with the signal built in, but more than all of that, pretty much more than everything on this car so far, new door handle. This is definitely the upgrade from the new E-latch, and I'm going to show you why. So for one, it is flush, and then it is also electronically activated. So you just squeeze, and there's a little pad there that clicks. Now, something about the previous E-latch wasn't just about how it worked when it works, but what about when the car dies and you gotta jimmy rig and do all these things to like get it open? It used to be like you have to pry hard. Now it's different. Now the bit to pop off is so easy. You guys, look at this. If you own an NX right now or an RX, you would know that is crazy. I just did that with my thumb. And by the way, I bite my nails. I don't even have big nails. It pops out so easy, which is great. And also, to open the door without electricity, you just pull that. Like, look how easy that is. The previous one was so hard to do, and now it's so easy. Because Lexus listens. They realized that the concept of the previous one was good. It just, when it came to do it, especially in the Canadian winter, it just wasn't great. Also, super solid doors. They are super big as well. Like, look at the size of this rear door. Absolutely massive stuff fell. Some of the higher packages have soft close, which is nice. This is like a base model, as I mentioned. And the soft close is great because that was always a LS and above only. And now we have it on our ES, which is great. As we go to the rear, so you'll see a few things. One is the slopedness of that rear. It looks super much like a fastback. It gives me that Audi A7 fastback kind of look, which, you know, just shows how big that tall bit is. And then rear quarter panel, nothing really going on here, just a big wide panel. But let's look at the rear because I'm excited about that. Okay, so on the rear of the new ES5 Hundo, we have this beautiful new taillight. This is different than everything we've seen in the lineup. So if you look closely, there is very different textures and shapes all through it. It goes from one side to the other, which is very Lexus right now. The difference is the Lexus logo is actually lit up and backlit. So it gives a really, really nice presence to the whole back of the vehicle. Now also you'll notice the signals are the L shape and they're on the sides and they're very bright. And also guys, I love how sharp lights are now in every car on the road. I love that you can be behind a base model budget car and it has like cool sharp LED taillights, and that the luxury brands have just continued to level up. We also have, it's crazy that this is a thing, but it's like a slim logo. It's like really, really thin. It doesn't protrude out a whole lot. Nothing really underneath. There's obviously no exhaust pipes, but there's no diffuser either. And an interesting thing, there is a little bit of an illusion here. It looks like the glass goes all the way to like this little lid and that there isn't really a trunk lid, but there really is. And that little spot opens up. So it gives you that mix of fastback and sedan. In here, we have a huge trunk. As expected, you could fit a couple golf bags in there. You could fit some gear for a road trip. We right now just have like the charging kit, the net medic kit, some floor mats, which by the way, these are new floor mats, our plate frames, which are gonna go on it when the guest picks it up in a couple days. And I was excited to see, and I'll see if you guys feel the same way, it doesn't have a folding rear seat. It has a pass-through. And I don't know if you know why that's such a big deal and I like it so much, but that helps with road noise, stability, comfort, all those things because it's part of the structure. And how often do you need to fold down those seats? You have the pass-through. That's good enough. To close the trunk, we have a handle or a button, whatever you wish. But let's be honest, the whole excitement about the ES is on the inside. So let's go check that out. So inside the ES, there is so much new stuff. It's kind of overwhelming. I have to really decide what to talk about first. On the door panel, we have the E-latch, as I mentioned earlier. So you just squeeze the button and press in one motion. It's very easy to use. Something I noticed at the auto show, but wasn't able to like really play with, is on the higher packages, there's bamboo on the door panels. And the bamboo is translucent in a way and backlit. So the ambient lighting is actually the wood glowing, which is super cool. Here, this is the base model, so it's just a textured leather, but in a very Lexus way, it's kind of all very high-end and nice to touch, like it's padded. And of course it has some lighting in there too. I like a good bezel around my door switches and my window switches, and this for sure has it. The switches themselves, super tight, super soft. solid. Kind of definitely just like an update on the previous generation. But we have a whole new button design. This is all new for Lexus. This is new. We have flush mounted buttons on the dash. It's funny that they're buttons that we're not gonna use a whole lot. Driver 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there's already one set. Oh, here we go. It's moving. They're underneath like a leather panel, and there's still a button that you press, but they're under a panel, and that's kind of cool. Also, there's some materials here that I didn't expect. For instance, underneath the steering shaft here, it's like a coarse carpet, which is interesting. There's also some soft material, some Alcantara around this gauge cluster. And by the way, that gauge cluster, so much going on there. So this is the first for Lexus that you can actually see your navigation and things like that on there. I, again, haven't had a chance to play with it a whole lot right now because this car is getting picked up by its new owner very soon. So I wasn't able to spend a ton of time playing with it, but it is definitely different than everything else in the lineup right now, including things like the RZ. You can customize a lot of it. And yeah, I'm really interested to see it work with the navigation because that's really nice. We have paddles, so we can do some paddle shifting. Oh, even though the car is off, I can turn the steering wheel right now. This signal switch, a couple new buttons on there, mainly just for like the auto headlights and things like that. On the steering wheel itself, kind of similar to the smart buttons that were on the previous steering wheel with heads-up display, but more of a physical button. And if you go left and right, you can customize what you see, which I'm doing right now. Ooh, some nice backgrounds, some averages. So yeah, very nice job on this multimedia display. Lexus really did tell us that it was gonna be pretty epic, and they delivered. I really like the way it's shaped. Instead of tucking it into the dash, it kind of protrudes out, but there's still some textures and just some artwork presenting it. It's kind of like presenting it. We have driver monitoring system, and by the way, we have the newest Lexus Safety Sense. This is 4.0, everybody. This is like one step closer to autonomous driving, and it's very state of the art. So we're excited about that. We have a new steering wheel. It says Lexus in the center, all very small letters. Oh, let's do the horn test. New horn, it's a little bit higher pitch. New way to switch the steering wheel up and down. Instead of like a toggle joystick, it's kind of like a button that you press in 4 different ways. Let's talk about the center. So moving to the center, we have the armrest, the classic armrest, so you can open from both sides. Oh, there's a little tray in there for your gadgetry. Oh, that's interesting. There's actually a key symbol there. I don't know what that does. I love cup holders that you can hide away, because how calming and peaceful is that when you can just like shut that and just have this open panel here. It just looks clean instead of, you know, having those exposed. I'm gonna keep that shut. I really like it. And by the way, that feels really good. It's got a really nice haptic to it. We have our wireless charging pad and also just a regular pad here. We got USB-Cs. We have not a lot of buttons going on. That is what luxury is now, is less buttons and less chaos. More calmness, more peace. And this is a new shifter setup. This is very much like a Porsche 911, where you just hit that little toggle and it goes from one gear, half a click to neutral, it drives all the way down, and then P to park. So again, they've really streamlined this area here, and just hidden buttons everywhere. Like the buttons are all hidden. Climate controls, super cool that they come out of the dash like that, going up and down. Again, it's a physical button. It's just behind some leather, which is really cool. Amazing volume knob. This is like the IS that I just reviewed. It's just in the center. So it's like, it's got this cross hatching texture to it. You just reach over, go up and down, and yeah, it's a little further away. They could have done that right here, but it's still not a big deal because when you're gonna be up here pressing things anyway. Couple vents, nothing too crazy there. They're a little plasticky, but that's okay. Power button has gotten smaller, tucked away. We have different drive modes. So we have normal, eco. Ooh, and it changes everything on the dash. Really nice animation, Lexus. I would say we were never known for our animations before, but now we are. Range, smooth acceleration and decreases power. And then there's also custom mode. So that's really cool. This is a new Lexus multimedia display. It's got things like weather, it's got CarPlay, you can customize it. You can check out like some charging schedules. It's important to charge on schedule to try to save some money on, you know, some costs. There is this new thing. This is a Lexus first as well. It's called Drive Recorder. So this helps record your drive. And I don't know if it just uses the front-facing camera here, the driver-facing camera, the one up here for the road. We would have to see. Does it show? It's because we're in guest mode. So you really do have to be signed in. I don't want to activate this car because it's not ours, but that'll be really cool to play with in our next video. We have proactive driving assist, which is my favorite. It's like a safety bubble around you when you're driving. I was using that today in my RX. Lane change assist, so you can hold that signal. The car will change lanes. Traffic jam assist, so if you are driving and you hit some traffic, you're on your way to Toronto, you hit some bumper to bumper traffic, the car will say, okay, Dustin, take a break. You can let go of everything. I got it from here. And those are the big ones. We have active sound control. You can simulate things like engine noise with shifting and stuff like that. I really want to check out, oh, we got some, you can actually change your accessory modes, lighting, interior lights, headlights, etc. Oh, displays and camera is cool. And by the way, that rear camera I saw has a washer on it, and I think that's kind of cool. So anyway, that's that. There is some quick buttons here for climate controls, for options, customizing, all that fun stuff. I want to see if there's any other shortcuts, mainly just your climate controls. And you're going to let the car do most of that thinking, I would suspect. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. And I think that's it for now. There's also a tips section and stuff. Up here, we also have some cool ambient lighting on the dash. Lexus is starting to do that. They did that with the IS2 where there's actually like a strip of light. And I do really appreciate that. Oh, just realizing sitting beside the seats now, the seats have a new structure that I haven't seen before in a Lexus. There is like an extra panel here for your shoulders. So the regular seat, the seat is kind of like the rest of Lexus's, but for this a top bit here, it comes out, and I think that gives you a little bit more shoulder support, both room-wise and also support-wise. So that's kind of cool. Also, there's some storage under here because, you know, there's not actually any linkages or anything going on there. And that's pretty much it from this. Now, this being a base model, it is missing a lot of features, but you don't feel like it. There's no poverty buttons or anything like that. A lot of it is digital. Things like Mark Levinson sound system, soft close doors, etc. However, let's check out the rear because it's big back there. Okay, so back here, I have so much room. This is like the nicest back seat in a car I probably have ever sat in. There's a ton of room. Like this seat went back after I shut off the car and it's still a ton ahead of me. I'm 6'1". It just shows you how big it is. This is like the size of, this is even bigger than an RX backseat because of the floor is lower. The ceiling is just as high, tons of room. And again, this is the base model. In the higher packages, there's cool things like an ottoman that comes out. The front seat can move up. The front seat has an ottoman. This armrest, huge and heavy, which I love. And there's a really good spot to grab it right here. You put that down, this is a VIP car, especially in black. Black out the windows. I know there's no curtains or anything in this one, but black out the windows. You got a cup holder, a new design for cup holder. It's kind of funny when Lexus changes things that like you didn't really think needed to be changed. This is one of them. The cup holder kind of comes up. A couple USB-Cs, not a ton of amenities. Again, base model. But overall size, if my parents had a car like this size, sitting in the back seat would have been sick. Instead of being crammed in the back of a Cavalier, this is a big upgrade. This is a luxury space back here. So the seats are super nice. There's really good cushion to them, lots of structure. Oh wow, super soft. I think that's helping. And by the way, these seats will get worked in a little bit too. In the higher packages, they're heated and cooled and massaging and things like that. But in this one, they're just the basic seats and even these are pretty comfy. So, okay, so I know what you're thinking. Dustin, that's a lot of talking of the interior and the exterior and, you know, buttons and features, but how does it drive? So I can't do a video on this one right now, driving, because it is a sold unit. However, I did have a chance to drive it the other day. And it was a funny timing because that morning, I got to drive the new Mercedes EQS. Sean from our Mercedes dealership was driving it as a demo and he tossed the keys at my desk and he said, go check it out. Later that day, this car came in. And the thing that I loved about the EQS was that it was so peaceful inside. It was like an experience just being in it and driving it, how smooth it was, how powerful it was, all these cool little gadgets and sounds. And I drove the ES that afternoon and I was like, oh my gosh, the ES is the EQS of our lineup. The interior is so peaceful and so smooth. The drive-by-wire, the shift-by-wire, the lack of mechanical clunkiness. Driving it on the road, it was just peace. There's those days that, like, you know, you're tired, you had that rough day, life is so chaotic. Getting in a car like this and being able to turn off the chaos, that could be like a song, by the way, turn off the chaos. That's what new luxury is. It's peace, it's calmness, it's an interior that has lit up bamboo. It makes you feel like you're in a spa. That's the new ES500. And by the way, I know you're thinking about power because the EQS has tons of power. I didn't even put it in sport mode, but just getting on the throttle on this thing, the get up and go for such a big vehicle is so sporty and nimble. It's perfect, actually. It's not over the top. Your face isn't gonna fall off your body, but it's just perfect. So I will make another video where I do some more driving impressions, hopefully with a higher package as well. We're gonna talk about range in that video. We're gonna talk about power. We're gonna talk about all these things. But to me, for half the price of an EQS. You could have the Lexus equivalent, and that, my friends, is what's so special about the new ES 500. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the new ES, if you would drive one of these, if you prefer the older ES or the other ESs. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines. I'll see you in the next video.